All right, you guys, stay tuned to the end of the video as we look for some Easter eggs. But first, let's do the reaction. What's going on, everybody? Strong Dad here. Sorry about the background noise. There's some work going on in the back. Also, it's getting a little bit hotter here in Arizona, so my computer is running a little bit loud. Sorry if there's any background noise, but we're going to push through it. I am a little late for my reaction to More. I had to have a procedure done on my eye where they had to stick a needle in it a couple days ago, but I am healing and recovering. Thank you so much. And I am ready to do a reaction to More. By the warning, I've been wanting to watch this video like crazy. But a little backstory on More. I was actually in San Diego when The Warning played More for the first time live in the US. I got to see them play it twice during sound check, once live, and then a few days later I got to watch them perform it live one more time at Phoenix U-Fest. So I've seen them play the song 4 times, so I'm very familiar with the song. I'm sure that I have probably missed some aspects and nuances of the song that I'm really looking forward to seeing here. I got a lot of things I want to talk about, but why do that when we can actually start watching the video? So let's roll over there and let's watch More. You ready?
There's something pulling me away.
One second. Sorry. That's kind of strange. It looks like they released it with the aspect ratio of like 4:3, which is a little bit strange. Let me just check something. Maybe I've got no. Normally a video it's like 16:9, but it looks like they released this 4:3. Sorry, this is just my video editing brain going off a little bit. I didn't want to stop it that quick, but it looks like this is the way they released it. So let's go with that. I'm gonna rewind.
There's something pulling me away. Something criminal that I can't fight it. Won't you tell me what to say? Or pull me in and keep me nice and quiet. Keep me here, closer in the clear. Just feel the noise, won't you feel my voice? Keep it all up, but you feed my senses. You know you love it. You know that when I need you, do you need me? Yeah. You know I love it. I love it when you feed me. Yet you leave me begging for more.
Good time to stop it right there. So many things. My brain is exploding with not only the video, but also the music. I love how they've added little pieces of flavor, kind of bridging between certain portions of the song. Like I remember reading the producer, co-writer Anton DeLost. He said there's no keyboards at all, which is amazing because a lot of this stuff, especially at the beginning, sounds like keyboards, but they add a lot of little flavor in the back, you know, even like just the bridge leading up to this part right here where it's like that a little palm mute. I think that's really cool spice to the song. I also am head over heels with the beginning with the bass part that Ale's playing. That's the first thing that stood out to me when I watched them play it live in San Diego, is how, you know, with like Disciple, she's very staccato, da 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 da. Where here she's up and down that fretboard. She's like do 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 do. So watch her when she plays it live, and even probably in the video, she's all up and down that bass. And of course, Pow is right in the pocket. It's not the most advanced techniques as far as what she's doing, but the drum mix is really, really good on the song. I love it, and I love how she's complimenting what Ale's doing. So far, I love it. I also love in the video when it shows them singing the first part, all three of them. I like that they're adding not just them playing their instruments, but also them just them. And I like that. And it looks like did they create, was that them like building this little more button box? That's kind of cool. So far, I just love it. I'm still a little freaked out by the aspect ratio, but I'll get over that. Let's stop talking. Let's get back to the video.
Slowly creeping in, I find desire leaves me frozen, stranded, waiting between what could have been. Why am I sinking when I'm fully grounded? Sending still.
I just love watching the girls goof off and being themselves. This is the stuff that even a lot of people that just watch their Instagram, you get to see them just be themselves. And so we're seeing a portion of that here. I am noticing a lot of interesting things. I think I'm going to talk about those at the end of the video, that I'll point those out. Right now, I just want to talk about the video itself and the music itself. So one thing that also really stood out in this song, so let's think about the song Money. The very first time I heard them play that song live with the Foo Fighters, the very first singing part, the very first notes caught my ear. And that's because it was almost like a diminished, like a dissonant minor. Hey, whoa, I don't want, meh. There was a lot of like flow, a lot of going up. This song, to my ear, I'm hearing almost the opposite. Everything is diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle, diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle. It's like the going down, like especially with the vocals, the chorus part. So it's got the same feel. It's got the same diminished, like dissonant, like minor. But it seems to be kind of going down. Now that's just to my vocal ear what I'm hearing, but it's also musically with what Danny's playing, a lot of just down bend, boom, a lot of heading down. So this is almost the anti-Money to me, and I like it because they play Money right after this song. So musically, it fits perfectly to the musician's ear, and probably to your ear too. But let's go back just a little bit. I am gonna talk a lot, sorry. And Pow, I am sensing a little bit of maybe some Hayley Williams, maybe some, This Is Why. Is it just me? Is it just me, you guys?
I find desire leaves me frozen, stranded, waiting between what could have been. Why am I sinking when I'm fully grounded? Sending still, going for the kill. Just kill the noise, would you fill my void? Get it all up, would you feed my senses? You know you love it. You love it when I need you. Do you need me? Yeah. You know I love it. I love it when you feed me. Yet you leave me begging for more. I wanna let you know it. Stop and never show it.
The infamous cowbell part. I think it almost sounds like it is the actual wood one in the recording. I know when they played it in Aguascalientes at the fair that they actually used the wood, and then they immediately switched over in San Diego to an actual cowbell. For me, it sounds a little woody, but it could just be a tighter cowbell for sure. But I love this part. I love it how that's another thing that I noticed. This part right here is really where I thought they let Ale shine, because she is pretty much, I don't hear Pau at all, or I didn't see her singing this part in when they did it live, but Ale, you can hear her perfectly, and this is like her perfect pitch, perfect tone for this part. I love the background vocals, and this isn't really even background vocals. She's doing this while Danny's just kind of adding her little, accents and flavors. This is pretty much all Ale live. So I love this part. Love it musically and vocally. Okay, gotta stop again. I think this is going to be a record for how many times I'm stopping the video. But they couldn't have picked a better person to hold the gun than Pau. Of course, any of the girls that are going to be shooting a Nerf gun, it's going to be Pau. I'm getting like a... Oh, I'm going to date myself here. D-Light, Groove is in the Heart. This video is totally giving me that sort of vibe. I know I've got a lot of Gen Z people watching. You probably don't know what I'm talking about. You need to go watch D-Light, Groove is in the Heart. That song came out like in the 90s, so I'm really dating myself here. But that video had such a groove, that song had such a groove, and I'm totally getting this here with the effects, with everything that's going on. But I did want to go over just a couple other items. So one thing, I think I already mentioned this before, I have noticed so many little Easter eggs in this video for the Warning Army. But I'm not going to go now and talk about those. I'm probably going to, after this, go over and see if I can find a lot of those Easter eggs, and also maybe you all can point out some for me. But musically, I just want to go back. I think it was funny that when Pau grabbed the box and she set it on her drum, and then she looked at Danny, and Danny's like, "Yeah, do what you do, Pau." And then Pau hit it, and I noticed that one of the chords actually got knocked off, and that's Pau. That's the Pau we know. But anyways, again, so many things going on in my mind. Wait a minute. When did the aspect ratio change? You guys, I'm ashamed. The aspect ratio. It's like, it's almost where it should be. So this whole video, it's been growing? That is so cool. Okay, I'm going to have to watch this a million times. Look at that. It's even grown just a little bit right there. Well, I just want to listen to it again, you guys. But oh my gosh, that ending, that something I totally did not hear in the live. There's like a little background filler that whoa, whoa. Never heard that live. Love it. Love the Crocs, the Warning, they're bringing them back here. I think they all had Crocs on. And of course, this was just amazing. I want to get this to a good part, actually. Let's move. Yeah. This was amazing, you guys. I've heard a lot of great things from fans, from people just commenting on this song. I've heard a very small minority saying, oh, they're going pop, oh, blah, blah, blah. I don't like the direction they're going. I even saw one person say, okay, they released the Choke remix. They released this. That's 2 strikes, 1 more, and I'm not a fan anymore. I'm like, really? Ultimatums? Really? Pigeonhole these girls? Come on. We know what happens when you try to put these girls in a box. You know what happens. Pal's going to hit that box, and she's going to write a song about that. And it's going to be called Na 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 Na. But anyways, you guys, I love it. I love the direction. A lot of the parts just remind me of so many different bands, so many different styles, but it's the Warning. It all has the Warning essence and the Warning flavor. But now that we've gone over this, I'm going to take a moment, take a little break, and I'm going to come back and we're going to go on an Easter egg hunt. Are you guys ready for that? If you're still with me, let me know. Well, let's try to find some Easter eggs, and I'll be back. Wow! Come on. All right, who's ready to do some Easter egg hunting with me? I noticed a lot of things when I was doing the reaction. I've got my D&D hat on, gonna explore this dungeon. We are going to go through. I'm not going to take way too long. I probably noticed maybe about 3 or 4 things in this song that really stood out to me. That kind of was a homage, or just that the Warning Army would know a lot of these things. So let's go through. I will be stopping this to point these out, but I'm not going to get too crazy with that. But regardless, let's try to get some Easter eggs, y'all. First Easter egg. Number 1, of course, we know the aspect ratio. That's a really cool Easter egg. That one surprised the heck out of me, that it started off in like 4:3 and totally just kind of grew, and I didn't notice it. How cool is that? Now, if you notice the bass that Ale is playing, if I am not mistaken, I think that is a bass that was gifted to her by the Warning patron, one of the OGs, Thomas Ilgen, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that actually is the bass that he gave her, that she played a long time until Spector finally created the Inferno bass that we all know and love. But let me know if I'm wrong on that. First little Easter egg there.
And keep me nice and quiet. Senses. You know you want it. You know it when I need you. Do you need me? Yeah. You know I love it. I love it when you feed me. Yeah, you leave me.
Come on, y'all. We've got Petunia right here. Petunia has been a Fourth the Warning Band member for a long time. It's the camera. They call her Petunia. A lot of the shots that they do themselves, they shoot with Petunia. But Petunia has definitely become famous especially with the tour last year. A big part of that. I even made a really cool picture showing La Wawa and Petunia on the bus going across the U.S. last year. It was really cool. But okay, so that's a pretty cool Easter egg that not many people know about.
I find desire leaves me frozen, stranded.
I can't really see.
Waiting between what could.
Okay, so a couple different things here. Well, one thing, it looks like over in the far right bottom, it looks like there's Ale's pillow there. This pillow was somebody brought it to the show in Lima, Peru. And Carlos took it. I don't know if the fan wanted Ale to have it, but this is like one of Ale's most treasured gifts. And it's just her face on a pillow in these really cool little sequence or whatever. It's just really cool, and it's just her face. But I thought that that's cool that they brought that here.
Why am I sinking when I'm fully grounded? Sending sail, going for the kill. Just kill the noise, would you fill my void? Give it all up, would you feed my senses? You know you love it. You love it when I need you. Do you need me? Yeah. You know I love it.
Hold on a second. Let me see
You
that.
love it. You love it when I need you. Do you need me? Yeah. You know I love it.
Look at Ale's face. Well, you can tell this was a shock. Even you look at Pau, and Pau's just like, when she threw that at Danny, hit her right in the face. And another Easter egg. Look in Pau's hand. She's got a Dr. Simi there. Dr. Simi is a little plushie thing that's thrown out mainly in Mexico City or in the Mexico shows. They probably have 30, 40, 50 of those now. But another little Easter egg that they brought along here. But I love this picture, you guys. I love it. Just look at Ale. It just makes me crack up.
I love it when you feed me, yet you leave me begging for more. I wanna let you know it. Stop and never show it. Like it.
There's another one right there. Danny, she loves her donuts, y'all. We know that. I think this donut, it was a gift that was given to her in Canada that she just loves. I remember watching a video and she's holding that and she's just like playing with it the whole time. So that's Danny's donut, y'all. And it's a running joke on the Patreon Discord about getting Danny a donut shooter, where during one of the songs she can like shoot donuts out in the crowd. I don't know, insurance wise they probably won't do that, but still, it's a funny ongoing gag. But yep, there's another Easter egg. And you guys know I'm playing this just so I can hear and see the song again, right? But I love the Easter eggs.
I'm broken. Like it when I'm broken. You know you love it. You love it when I need you. Do you need me? Yeah. You know you love it. You love it when I need you. Do you need me? Yeah. You know I love it. I love it when you feed me.
love it. Love the video. Love the Easter eggs. There were a lot of them there. There were a lot that most people watching the video, they're not going to catch. But let me know, what did I miss? I'm sure I missed a lot. I'm sure there were so many little plushies and things laying around that, you know, that were probably gifts that somebody sent or something like that. I'm sure I missed something. But anyways, everybody out there, this was a blast. More. Who wants more? I want more. I'm going to watch this video. I'm going to have this thing going all day long here. But anyways, everyone out there, thank you so much for watching my reaction. I know this was quite long here. I went for the whole song reaction and then the Easter eggs. But those that stuck around, you guys are awesome. You guys are part of the Strong Fam. I do appreciate you. Everyone out there, stay strong, stay safe, and most importantly, have a safe and wonderful rest of your day. Bye, everybody.